Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a huge smorgasbord bracketology update, rapid fire edition, Saturday. Let's go. Yesterday, huge games, bubble update, kicking it off. Houston beating East Carolina. Really good defensive performance by Houston. A clear number one seed. UCLA handles Oregon. Very impressive win. They're on to the Pac-12 championship game. They look like a potential one seed over Purdue. We will see. Kansas beats Iowa State. Close game throughout. Kansas ends up winning and pulling away late without Bill Self. Iowa State, I'm staying away from them when it comes to the tournament. Alabama beats Mississippi State. They crushed them. Bama looks good. Mississippi State, they should be out. They should not be in. You're on the bubble and you score 49 points. Come on, folks. Let's be real. Purdue beats Rutgers, but Rutgers was in this game. It was very close. I'm a little concerned with Purdue. Rutgers looking right on the bubble, but they should still be in. Marquette beats UConn. Very close, competitive game. 0 points were scored after the 2-minute, 35-second mark. So there was 2.5 minutes left. It was 70-68. That was the final score. Pretty crazy. I love both of these teams when it comes to March. Texas beats TCU 66-60. Pretty standard performance. Expected there. Arizona crushes Arizona State. They get revenge on them. Arizona State, they're on the bubble. Virginia destroys Clemson, and congratulations are in order for Clemson University. They've punched their ticket to the NIT tournament. Congratulations, Virginia. They're on to the ACC championship. Duke beats Miami. I'm seeing a lot of people that are saying Duke is underrated. Guys, don't fall for it. I might have Duke making my Sweet 16, but they won't go farther than that. Duke is stacking up wins in a bad conference. Let's be real. Xavier beats Creighton by 22. Creighton is a complete enigma. They're way too inconsistent to trust when it comes to the tournament, and I don't trust Xavier either, but I do have to give them credit. That's an impressive win. Missouri over Tennessee. Tennessee, the offense is just not good enough. It's a solid win by Missouri. Credit to where credit is due. Tennessee is basically a top 5 team according to all the metrics. A&M beats Arkansas. I still like Arkansas in the tournament, lurking as an 8 or a 9 seed. They were up by 10 points at the end of the first half, but that's a nice comeback for A&M. Lower scoring game there. Indiana, I really like them. They've got a superstar center. They've got good young guard play. They beat Maryland by 10. I am staying away from Maryland when it comes to the NCAA tournament. San Diego State, they use that pack line, that good defense to smother San Jose State. San Jose State doesn't even score 50 points. I still don't trust San Diego State's offense, but they get the win there. Vanderbilt with a huge win. They are trending upwards right now on the bubble over Kentucky. I'll say don't overreact to Kentucky losing this game. It's not a great sign, but it's not the end of the world. I still like Kentucky making a deep run in the tournament. Florida Atlantic gets a win over Middle Tennessee. Middle Tennessee looking to steal a bid. We already know Florida Atlantic is going to be in the tournament, and now they're 30-3. They're probably headed for a 7 or an 8 seed. Ohio State with a major upset over Michigan State. Michigan State gets a double bye and gets immediately eliminated. The Buckeyes, they are lurking on the bubble right now, although they are under 500 and they will need to win the Big Ten tournament. Even without Bryce Sensabaugh, they get the win. Now they face Purdue. Going to be a very hard game there. Southern Alabama beats Alabama A&M. They are on to their conference championship game. Cincinnati, impressive. They crushed Temple by 30. They are on to the semifinals in the American. They're a hard-charging team. They might be a bid stealer. We'll see. UAB beats North Texas. You got to feel for North Texas. They're headed for the NIT. UAB, they can beat Florida Atlantic. They've got a really good offense. Toledo beats Ohio. Toledo University, the best offense in college basketball. They're going to be a 13 seed if they win the MAC championship, and I think they're going to upset a 4 seed. Howard beats Maryland Eastern Shore. Congratulations. Iona, not surprisingly, they beat Niagara by 12. They're on to the championship game in the Metro. Penn State beats Northwestern, just like I said. Penn State, an elite guard, can go a long way. They were up this whole game. It goes to overtime. I am not vibing with Northwestern when it comes to the tournament. Not vibing with them. How about Memphis beating UCF? I like Memphis with upside as a possible 8 or 9 seed in the tournament. We'll see where they get slotted. Kent State beats Akron, so that's a massive heavyweight battle. Kent State versus Toledo. Kent State, very good defensive team. Akron dropped 100 yesterday, and they get held under 75. Marist beats St. Peter's. Wow. That's a major upset there by 12 points. They're on to their conference championship. Norfolk State beats NC Central. They are on to their conference championship game. This one's a real shame. Sam Houston could have upset someone in the tournament. Grand Canyon gets it done. They beat them. And Grand Canyon possibly playing for an auto bid in their conference tournament. Cal State Fullerton with a huge upset in the Big West. They beat the 1 seed UC Irvine, and they're on to their conference championship game there. Grambling, the number 1 seed in their tournament, gets the win against Jackson State. Tulane beats Wichita State. Southern Utah beats Utah Valley. It was an epic collapse by Utah Valley. What a shame. Utah Valley has a one-way ticket to the CBI. Oh, no. Guys, I'm kidding. Utah Valley's going to go to the NIT, I think. And then UC Santa Barbara drops 92 points. That's impressive. Hello. Very nice win there. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations are in order to Utah State University. They beat Boise State, and they, of course, will officially be in the NCAA tournament with that. Let's take a look at the bubble report. According to Joe Lenardi, teams that have played their way in: Penn State, Utah State, Rutgers, and Mississippi State. Boy, I don't know about Mississippi State, Joe. That's a tough one. Played their way out: Clemson, Nevada, North Carolina, and Michigan. Too close to call: Pittsburgh, Arizona State, Oklahoma State. 3 teams for 2 spots. You know, that'll be an interesting choice between those teams because Oklahoma State has a bad record, but a much harder schedule being in the Big 12. And then the teams that are lurking right now in the picture: Vanderbilt and Ohio State. And let's get an official look at the last 4 byes. Penn State, Providence, Utah State, Rutgers. I agree, although Providence has not been playing well, they have the overall resume to get a bye. Last 4 in: Mississippi State, NC State, Pittsburgh, and Arizona State. First 4 out: Oklahoma State, Nevada, Clemson, and Vanderbilt. And then teams basically eliminated already: Wisconsin, North Carolina, Oregon, and Michigan. Those teams will all be headed to the NIT. Tough seeing Sam Houston State go down. I felt they could have won a game or 2 in the NCAA tournament, run into a Grand Canyon team that shot, oh my God, Grand Canyon shot 16 of 30 from 3. That is tragic for Sam Houston State. They were one of my sleepers as well, top 15 defense. Yeah, Sam Houston had such a good defense, they would have frustrated the hell out of a 4 seed like Virginia. Yeah, that is unfortunate there. Ohio State in an epic tournament run. There's no way all of these boxes get checked. There's just no way. I think they'll probably lose to Purdue. especially if Bryce Sensabaugh doesn't play, but that is hilarious. Imagine they get the auto bid with like an 18-18 record. Are you kidding me? Southern Utah erases a 23-point second half deficit, and they got a 4-point play at the end of the game, down 3. It is so tragic for Utah Valley. You gotta feel bad for Utah Valley. Should they get an at-large bid? I'm kidding, they're not going to. Guys, you know who should get an at-large bid? Long Beach State. Let's give how about this? Washington State. This is how desperate the Pac-12 has gotten. Should Washington State get in the tournament? 1-11 in quad 1 games, net of 73. Listen, Washington State is definitely a team that got unlucky this year. They have good metrics compared to like their actual record, but obviously they're not getting in. All right, guys, these are all the major games for today. Cincinnati and Houston should be really intriguing. Houston sitting as 10-point favorites. There it is, guys. UCLA, Arizona, the Big Ten 30 game. Will UCLA win again against an Arizona team? Imagine Arizona wins this game and becomes a 2 seed. It could happen. You've got Alabama and Missouri. I certainly expect Bama to win that, but Missouri has looked good. Kansas and Texas, that's a really good Big 12 championship. Purdue and Ohio State. Ohio State really with a ton of momentum, but Purdue, they gotta be the favorites, of course, with Ohio State dealing with injuries. They are around 7-point favorites there. San Diego State, Utah State. I like Utah State. They're charging. They're playing well. Xavier and Marquette. I love Marquette in that game. Duke and Virginia. You gotta give the favorite to Virginia. You gotta favor Duke in that one. A&M and Vanderbilt. This would be an immense win for Vanderbilt University. Could you imagine winning that game? That would honestly probably put them in the tournament. Memphis and Tulane, you gotta love Memphis. FAU and UAB, give me UAB to steal a bid and win that conference championship game. Indiana and Penn State, that's a spicy matchup right there. Dayton and Fordham, you gotta like Dayton. VCU and St. Louis. I love St. Louis. I love St. Louis basketball, man. Oh my goodness. Yale and Cornell. You know, Cornell is an offensive-minded team. We'll see. Toledo and Kent State. That is a phenomenal MAC championship game. It's offense versus defense. Toledo, they're feisty, they're hungry, they're the best offense in college basketball. Actually, they're the second best offense behind Gonzaga. Let's not disrespect Gonzaga. We've got a championship game, Vermont and UMass Lowell. Wow, Vermont, the class of the conference there. Another championship game, Iona and Marist. You got to favor Iona there. We'll see USBC versus Fullerton in that conference championship. Southern Utah and Grand Canyon. Both Utah Valley and Sam Houston, the top 2 overall seeds, knocked out. What a joke. Justice for Sam Houston State. It's so sad. Princeton and Penn. There's that game, and then you can see the other games right there. But guys, that is the update on this conference championship Saturday with the official bracket selection Sunday coming tomorrow. Make sure you follow me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I am, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.